Look at us all. Damn, 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 damn. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Jose, Lucienne, Wilhelmine, Caroline, Lisbeth. Hui, hui, hui. Here we go. Yoki, Danielle. And I have, Wilhelmine, your number 030073. That's interesting. So beautiful to see you. I put my flowers in my hair today. Do you see that? To celebrate this new beginning, a new Monday. I am here joining you right now from Riccione, where we've just finished teaching a wonderful experience for 4 days. It's been quite intense. And I'm about to then pack up and travel back to Austria, which is, at least 7.5 hours in the car. So I thought, what could we do this morning that's going to feel you so excited about me not hosting that you will just start dancing as soon as you hear the topic? Can you guess what it might be? What would get you feeling excited? I'm going to suggest chakra 2. How about chakra 2? That's where our creativity and our pleasure center is. And for that purpose, I have asked our sister goddess, Mirella, to conduct a little gathering today to really tune into that sexual energy and to describe her process to us of how she uses the sexual energy for manifestation. Right, Mirella?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
That's true. Good. So we've got another 2 minutes to go until everybody else is here. We've only got a few of you saying, this sounds fun. Do they need anything for this session? Like, I don't know, something to write, or is there anything that we could prepare?
Always writing is always good. I always tell people, please take a notebook. There's always something you can write down, and to do some prepping there, and notice that you can always come back to that part and see what you wrote down. We're going to see what our desires are and how we're going to use that. And of course, we want to use our sexual energy now to get into that amazing, yummy feeling of connecting together as well. And a lot of people wrote us like they want to come to our retreat in Salzburg. So some manifestation has needed to be done there. So that's, of course, the topic we want to tune into today.
I feel really excited about that. And I know that just from these last 4 days here, although these are what I'd say 95% Italian speakers, there are a lot of goddesses who are like, we want to come too. So let's see what these coming days bring. I'm sure we'll get some Italian vibe into this here too. And let's get it going. So I would say I'm going to hit record, or you're going to hit record.
Yeah, I've got all the control now. But it's already on record. You already pushed the button.
No, but I changed again. So I'm going to hit record in 30 seconds. But before we do that.
But we are recording, our darling. So it's already done.
It's whatever it is. Let's ground down. Let's ground down together. Feel those roots growing out of the soles of our feet, out of the coccyx of our spines, out of the first energy center. Let's draw those roots down into the earth. Yes. We are here. We are safe. We're grounded. Thank you. Okay. So just to be 100% sure, I'm going to hit record now.
You're so funny. So we're recording. Good morning, and good morning, Linda. Of course, we do this together as always. It's amazing because we are tuning in. We always, when we are preparing for like a gathering or like a retreat, we always tune into our circle. We have a space for 60 amazing goddesses, and we always visualize how it's going to be, what it's going to work out, and what we're going to do there. And one of the things we are really want to take you with us is how to be the feminine goddess sister that we are. We have those sexual energies and how to tune in with that. And a lot of people don't know that sexuality and orgasms and that kind of energy is manifesting energy, because we create life with that. We have the ability to create with the energy of that to create a new life. So that's how powerful this is. And we want to take you there because, you know, when you are in that spicy energy, everything is moving and everything is like coming with a magnet to you. And that's so amazing to use that power that we have in us. We don't have to do anything, just let it flow. And for some ladies, especially ladies, it's very difficult to even allow that. And Joy is also was present with Mama Gina. Mama Gina is an amazing teacher in that field, how to get your courtesan. I don't know if everybody know what a courtesan is, but in the earlier days, when you were a lady, you were allowed to use your sensual energy to connect with yourself and with the people around you. So then
can I just say something about the courtesans, just
yes,
in case people
please.
don't know what it is. So in the School of Womanly Arts, which I visited, and where Mama Gina was teaching, she described the lives of the courtesans, which were starting, I think, 17th century might have been, for instance, in Italy. So where I am right now, there were a lot of courtesans, and these courtesans, you must imagine, were women who, in those days, women were not allowed to own anything. Women were not allowed to have an education. So, you know, they were kept very low. But these women managed to not only get an education, they were able to read and write. They were able to have their own money, which was incredible. And they somehow managed to surf this wave of actually repression and have great lives. And these courtesans were often, you could see them like the muses of the wealthy men. So they had great influence by, you know, being those courtesans to the men in power, and through that influence they used their feminine power. They were taught how to use the feminine power for the greater good, so to help this man, for instance, to lead the country well. And that's the courtesan energy that we all still have inside of us. But I think many of us have lost even the concept for that because of a lot of repression that has been going on, maybe of traumas that we've experienced in our own lives, traumas that we've inherited, right, from our ancestors, from past lives. So there's a lot of stuff going on there that we need to sort of look at and most of all, see where do we want to go with this? So I love that Mirella is going to give us her gist, her 5-step process of how do you activate the sexual energy to use it for manifestation. So just like Mirella was saying, we're no longer chasing something, because that's not who we are. We're not actually the hunters in this game. We're the magnets. How do we draw in what serves us rather than having to work so hard to gather it in everywhere, because that's exhausting, right?
Yeah, and it's not necessary and it's not fun, because you get disappointed and you have expectations, and when you really tune into what you want, you can create anything. And what I did for a lot of times, I did my 5 steps. Oh, this is Kikos. I don't know if it's John or somebody else, so let's see. It's always interesting. For the 5 steps, you always go like, where do you want to go? And it was like more because a lot of women are afraid to connect with their husband, because when they are going to hug or snuggle up, they always think that the man wants to have sex, and that's not true at all. But it's just how you educate yourself and educate your man. If you're able to talk about your desires, then it's easier to set your boundaries or what your desires are. And that's also so interesting. So it's amazing when you go through that process, like what do you really want in your sexual life? So I created a free 5-day course. It was always fun. It's like a challenge. And to see like, okay, what do you really want? Because some ladies also want to have sex, but don't know how to get to that step. They really don't know how to do it because they were taught that men would have to take the first step. But when they do take the first step, the lady's like, oh, but it's not okay because I want this and I want that and I don't want that. So the whole thoughts about it are so confusing. So it's amazing to see what's happening when you set your desires. And what I did in those 5 days, I took the steps like, okay, what's your true desire? And what is the story you tell yourself about sex? Do you allow yourself to be that horny biatch, like to say it, or slutty one or whatever? It doesn't matter that it, but just to allow that feeling and that thought, because nothing is strange and nothing is funny or absurd, because it's in us. It's a part of our thoughts. You know, when I talk to ladies about even watching porn, a lot of ladies don't want to tell or admit that they do that. And then they have those specific topics that they feel, and they're like, oh no, I'm ashamed, or they feel guilty or whatever. But it's just fun to explore that and don't have the judgments about that. So even that, writing down what your deepest desires are is amazing to do. And then tell
That's
also,
so just to go into that, I think another good word to use there is, what is your turn on?
mm-hmm.
So, you know, to know what turns you on is crucial so you can actually get there. So yeah, just for yourself, notice what are the little elements in sexual energy, in your dreams and desires that keep repeating themselves. So, and you'll see certain patterns there of what is it that pushes my buttons in the right way, right? Because we all have buttons that are pushed. But
and also the thoughts about it, and that's also interesting because, you know, I in my youth there were a lot of young girls that had, I don't know how you say it in a good, the oral sex from a man to a female. They did that so quickly and so like not one thought about it. And I was like, whoa, but when a man does that, it's so intimate. So also that what you give, what you receive, how do you feel about that? What's your thought about that? And that's so interesting if you just write it down, like, okay, I think about this because the story your parents told you, or I had one experience that was just like putting my head on somebody's shoulder. That was so, what are you doing? And I was so how do you say it, judged by that I thought, okay, I never do that again. You know, so even those little things, and we living in a trauma-based community. So when something like that happens, even like a child says, I don't want you, I don't like you in kindergarten, it's also deciding how you deal with it in your future. So what I always do is like, wow, write a letter to yourself, like, okay, this is what I need and this is what I want. Truly be honest. And if you really can get into that energy, because there are always like or songs or movies, you see some clips. I had it with the clip of David Bowie, China Girl, when they were on the beach. And I was like, I was looking at over and over. I found it romantic. I found it exciting. But that's is something what's going inside of you. You cannot acknowledge of how do you say it? You cannot hide from that. It's something that, you know, if you look at that, that's something you want. Because I always tell the ladies and also the men, feel it in your belly. If your belly says it goes in front, you know, then it's a yes. And when it's a hell yes, you can always do it, and without shame or whatever. And I teach it with my children as well. If it's in consent and it's a yes, then explore it. and you feel it in your belly when you need to step back and think, oh no, this is not a good energy. So just explore for that. So I think it's fun to go into a little exercise to put your hand on your belly and one on your heart. And let's explore that part of the sexuality, how you feel like a woman, a lady, or a goddess, and let's see what's happening there for you. Because when we get in that energy of the sexual feeling and the excitement, then we can go to the manifestation. And that's where I want to bring you today, because Linda and I will really, and of course with Joy, but Joy will pack in a second, to really get into that feeling, to bring it up so that you can be the magnet to the manifestation, or of coming with us to explore and feel this together with us. And that's amazing what we are going to do there in Salzburg. So if we tune in now for a second, place your hands on your belly and one on your heart, and get your feet on the ground so that we are grounded. And just go into that emotion. And for some ladies, they maybe are alone, don't have a partner, or maybe sometimes a sexual partner, or for a long time no partner, or ladies who have a partner but aren't intimate anymore, or they are intimate. Everything is okay. There's no judgment. Just notice where you are in your belly. Feel the belly and breathe in. And let it out, and maybe just move your body a bit so that you are aware of that you have a body. And we have a female body, and we have all those energy, also the sexual energy inside of our belly. So let's take a moment to really tune in. Feel your hand on your belly. Feel what's in there. And allow that wild woman, that sexual woman, really looking for sex, for sexual energy, for a man to pleasure her. And see how it looks for you. What woman shows up in your visualization? Maybe it's a sensual woman with long, loose hair. Maybe she's naked. Maybe she's dressed in pretty lingerie. Maybe she's fully dressed. Maybe it's high heels, what's getting you on. Just see what woman is turning up for you. Maybe she's stroking her body. Maybe she's watching you. Maybe she's crawling upon you. Just feel that energy. Feel the sexual energy, the sensual energy of some lady, the woman in you that wants to seduce you, seduce your life, seduce your heart. And she's whispering to you, come on, let me see you. Maybe you feel like the Kundalini snakes crawling up on your back. Everything is possible. Just take a moment to tune in to that energy. See what comes up for you. Maybe somebody's dancing, or she's lying down on a bed with amazing curtains. And maybe you invite a man there, but see the lady who is opening herself, opening her body, opening her heart, but her belly, her legs. Let's see what's happening there. The turn on, maybe the beach, or maybe in a field of flowers. Something's happening now. And maybe there's some resistance, and just notice it. There's no judgment there. Maybe you see your wild woman turning herself away from you. That's also possible. Maybe she's scared, or maybe she's angry. But some emotions will come up now. Let's tune into that. Let's see what's happening for you there. Just notice your body, your belly. Tune in, just go down to your belly and see what woman is coming up for you right now. And if you are not feeling really well, what's going on, just ask her. What do you want to show me? What do you want to say to me? What's the message you want to give me? All is well, all is well. And it's okay. Everything is okay. Maybe you see some very attractive or dirty or slutty or whatever feelings come up to you now. It's all okay. It's all okay. Let's flow it to your body. Okay, and if you got the answer of your wild woman, just take it into your heart and listen to what she has to say. And in the count of 3, we come back to the here and now. And I want that you write it down or share it with us if you want to. You don't have to do that, but you can. Just write down what you noticed when you got into this sexual, sensual energy. What's happening for you there? Take a deep breath in. And in the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, just slowly open your eyes. And I want you to write down what is the connection with that feeling. What's coming up for you right now? Just take a moment to take a sip of your water. Yeah. And what we see here is also, first, there is fear because there's always like, okay, when I do that, am I safe? It's interesting. I've seen myself felt deeply connected with my wild side. Creativity. Yeah. Exactly. And especially when the sexuality comes up, it doesn't have to mean you have to do the things you see or that you desire. Sometimes just getting to the fantasy of experience that is also enough to get those energy started. Because when we are getting in that flow, that energy, and I mentioned it before, when you are in that connection, when you're first in love, then the sexuality is running more in your body than when you are longer together or when you are alone. And that's totally fine. But when you stir it up a bit, then you're getting that magnet again. The sexual feeling doesn't have to be sex at all. That's the confusion part. People always think that they have to do that. But when you get in that sassy mode, you are starting to attract everybody because your energy will light up and everything will move through your body. I see Linda nodding. And how was the experience for you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I came to the conclusion that I'm satisfied. There was satisfaction in all that I'd done in my life. And for all you out there, I was sexual abused when I was young, at 9 years old. So I've been to this part of the side. But I also turned the point of sex into making love. This feels more connecting with me. And I now use this energy to manifest things. So it turned into something which was rough, because when you are abused, it's rough. They go into your energy, they come close, they do things. And at 9 years old, you don't even know what's happening. And I was the one to blame. And it was also somebody very religious from the church. So this was hitting very hard because I was really in trust of this person, and he really abused it. And then later I was confused and I experimented a lot of things just to find myself back again. And I forgave and also forget. Because I know that this person was also hurt. So, and by forgiving, it's the highest good. So this is also turning into a loving part for myself and also for the other person. And by noticing this, I now notice with this, what you just did, that how I am satisfied with myself. I got this fully explored and I'm okay with who I am. I'm proud of myself. And I now find that I'm using my love, my maybe if you call it still sex, but for me it's love, to turn it for good and to make it manifest more things in my life. So thank you for doing this. And just to find out how I'm living my life now, it's full of satisfaction, even though it's not always the way I wanted, but from inside out, I feel so very much okay. I don't need to get it from somebody else. I got it all in me.
Yeah, that's always the next step. When you are younger, you searching it outside of yourself and with a partner. And of course, is the phase of life. We don't see a lot of young women that they feel like that. But we're empowering them right now so that they also know that they have a choice. And that when this is happening to you and you were very small, you don't have a choice then. You had to have your parents that make you safe. And sometimes it happens. And what you say is very powerful. Like, okay, this has happened. Wasn't me. And a lot of children think it's them. And they use also their sexual energy because you get the attention then. So we see it a lot now on the social media, and that children are crossing lines because they get the attention there. So it's very important to educate people there. Like it's okay that you feel it, but what do you really want from it? And it's also attraction and manifestation. But we are now teaching each other like how we can use that energy not to create that kind of circumstances, but what we desire in life. So that's very powerful and so amazing that you turn in your story into a heroic story, that it's now your power.
Yeah. I always, when people say, yeah, but you don't even know what I went through when I was young. And I said, okay, you want me to tell my story? And then I just openly share it. Why? Because so many women are abused on a young age. And my mom, she just left now, she was 6 years old when she was abused. So there is something in our line. But I started already early to forgive, because forgiveness is the best thing you can do. And I can look this guy in the eye. The only fear I had, because he was married later and he got 5 daughters. I was like, okay, Now, what I need to do now? Do I need to still go and see him and? But then it's me. I started to pray all the time, like, okay, protect the girls, protect his family, and let him learn the lesson, please. And by doing this, it was for me the most, again, satisfaction. Okay, I could face him again, but I'd already done my deal. I'd already done my part.
Yeah.
And by sharing my story, I know maybe there are a few ladies, maybe they want to open their heart, maybe they want to learn how to forgive. Because if you can forgive, you're not only helping the other one, but first of all, you help yourself. And you will get the freedom also in the loving part. To love yourself, but also to don't fear the others.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you know now that is because when something like that happens to you, it's mostly that it's difficult to open up again, to feel safe again, and not to have those emotions again. Because I'm also a sexual therapist, and there were some people they told me like, okay, give me some new stuff to try, but if you're not in your head wrapping this around, then you cannot go any step further. You have to give this not a place, but you have to go through this to make it okay in your heart and your soul, like Linda did, and then you can continue, because otherwise you end up like always judging yourself or others, or closing yourself down. So when you're opening up, yeah, then you get a step further. So yeah, that's very important. Interesting. Yeah.
Is there somebody else who wants maybe to share their story? Or I think we are all here with ladies, so everything is okay. Jose, you put your thumb up, you want to share something, or you're just like, oh, it's okay thing to talk about. You can maybe unmute yourself.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
No, it was my thumb, but it must be my hand. Yes, I want to share something. It's hard to tell, but I do it. First, when Mirella told about sexual abuse and things, and I thought, no, when I was 4 years old, I went to kindergarten, and yeah, we were playing outside, and one of the little guys asked us, the girls and some other boys, little boys, to put our trousers out. And we thought it was exciting. There was no teacher there, she was inside. And we did it, and we hid behind the little barn who was there and played with each other. It was very funny. We were little, but then the teacher came and she said to us, no, you don't have to do that. This is not good. And we had to go inside. We had to stand all before the class, and yeah, we were punished that way. And I never forgot, but it was very funny to do it, the playing outside. And yeah, and then my next story, I think it are three, is when I met my partner from now. In the beginning, we had a very good sex life, and at the moment, we don't have, we're intimate, but there was a moment when I dare to do something that I never did before, and I did a striptease for him. I asked him to put on music. You know that number. Just put your head on.
You can leave your head on.
You can leave your head on. That number I did, and he thought it was beautiful that I did it. And it was very nice to do. And then Linda told the story, and I realized I just forgot that I was abused at 12 years old by someone I knew. And I thought, hey, that's beautiful. I forgot it.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, yeah. You healed yourself. You healed yourself because you touched the point again. And to forgive the other person who done it to you, it's your greatest gift to yourself, but also to the other one. And it's not that you you say it's okay what you done. No, no. And also not that because I felt guilty, I didn't say anything at 9 years old. That because it didn't felt good to me, but I let it go. So there was a time that I felt guilty to myself that I didn't stop it, that I was not able to say no. And again, in my life, there were a couple of men who abused me. Okay, I was there as a grown up, but I still didn't say no. I let it go. And there was one time such a panic, and I said, okay, now I need to stop it. Now I need to stand up for myself. And I only allow what I want and what I need. And this is a decision. And when I took this decision, I also worked on myself to fully connect. Okay, but Linda, what do you want? And for me, what I really want is to make love, not sex. And this is so much okay just to choose. Okay, this is what I want. This is how I like. And now without saying it, it's floating. And even if it's not there, it's okay because I'm satisfied with myself. So the number satisfaction it's really into me now. So I all want you to enjoy you. And you did nothing wrong. If you're a sexual abuse, and I think of all the ladies who are here, maybe 80%, maybe 85% have been abused. So you're not alone, but it's how you are dealing with it now, if it's still there. And Mirella and I, we always say, you know, the past is the past. We are living now. And if you're still carrying this baggage with you, this trash, please stop. It's a decision. It's just a decision. And open yourself and open your heart. From now on, I am the one who's deciding what I allow and what I don't allow, what feels good and what I let go. And if you have been abused in your past, please forgive the other person or persons. They didn't know any better. They were also abused in their life. We had a talk, Mirella and I, last Friday with a guy who is bringing now a lot of things in the air out open of what happened with little children now in the world. We were both sitting and listening there to this guy with tissue in our hands because I didn't know that the world was so, I don't know how to say, it's not a nice word, but fucked up. It's really the worst word in my vocabulary, but it's happening still right now. Mm-hmm. And how can we stand up for those children? How can we do something? And it starts by you. It starts by you. So when we were having this man in front of our camera with his girlfriend, we were just like, okay, what's happening with us? Why he is sitting in front of us? It's such a famous figure, and we need to help him to get the word out. And it was really special because everything came up again, but I noticed again, I dealt with it. I can see this with love because we are not the one who judge each other. Because the one who did it to me, it's been done to him. Yeah. And if somebody said, this guy should be, no, it's not up to us. It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be taken care of. And also,
yeah, you know, because when people are not learning how it's healthy, the sexuality, how you can, because that's also the part. We are all victims there, but also we are also the leaders there. So when we teach our children how to deal with this topic, because, you know, sexuality is made to be fun and to be pleasurable, because if there's always some like a kind of joke, like God made us like we have those feelings, because otherwise children weren't born, because the birth is so painful that nobody would choose to have children because of the pain. So they make the sexual part amazing and something you are longing for. But if you truly know your desires, what you really want, and also know how to say no, this is my boundary, this is not feeling good. And that's also very interesting, because men often feel offended when you say no. And it's not that we judge them, but only the action they take. You know, if you stroke somebody, somebody wants too hard and somebody wants it to be tender or soft or with a feather or whatever, all those things to see what you really like is something you have to explore. And when you are so little and something happens to you, it's just also then an experience, and it brings you the contrast in life. We are still living, we are still living our lives, and it's your decision how to manage that. And when you are in that situation, you make a choice to do that never again, or to shut down or whatever. And it's exactly what you say was telling. If you get judged by such a playful thing, because for kids it's just fun, it feels nice, and it's not really something that it's where you have to punish kids for. So also take that in mind when you're exploring these kind of feelings and emotions. And the interesting part is that when you get together and you have that experience, it's something you have to have consent for both sides. And then when you have that orgasmic part, then you are totally connected. And that's why an orgasm is such a amazing feeling, because nobody tells you that feeling what it does to you, but then the creative energy comes. So to get from the abusive part and the negative part to the fun and a juicy part is sometimes very difficult. And that's why we have to explore what's happening for you and how you deal with that. Because when we are creating, then we want that juicy, sassy part, and that it's fun, and that it's what you say is telling. Like, if you in peace with your sexuality, then you can dance for your partner and it's fun. There are also ladies who do that, and the partner says, wow, what are you doing right now? And I'm not up to that. And then you're shutting down again. So it's so nice to see that you have a relationship where it's open, and when it's that he can receive it as well, because you have a desire to get intimate again and you take action. I got a lot of clients that and Linda, and we talk with a lot of people. They always tell us like, yeah, I want to, but no. It's always, what can you change there? And especially also men say, yeah, but my lady doesn't want that. No, that's not true. She wants it, but she has also specific desires. And when you can talk about that, then the fun part starts again. And this is also with manifestation. Linda and I are truly manifestation queens. And that's why we wanted to bring up this topic. Like, okay, how are we going to manifest for the ladies that wants to be in the retreat in Salzburg? Because also there we're going to let go of this kind of stuff, the things that what holds us back, our experiences, and how do we get to that feeling of, wow, let's be there again. Let's connect with yourself, with your body, with your sister goddesses, and also there just that you feel open to share this emotion. I'm so proud of you, say that she tells this. It's two different stories. Like, okay, there was something happened, then there was abuse, and now there's a full immersion of like, oh, I'm getting there again, and I know this is my desire, it's something I want, so I'm taking the lead in that. So that's very, very, very interesting to talk about you today, because it's not only about true sex, but it's about the feeling that we have inside, the excitement, like we really want something, because we know when we stir up our sexual energy, we want something. If it's making love, that's also the same energy, but different desires. Like somebody wants to say in the morning, have sex, and maybe a quick one, but it's the energy. You want something and you attract it. And if you really want something, you can attract everything. If it's love making, if it's a striptease or whatever, it's a desire. And I think that's the main part that we're going to go over now, because yeah, what do you really want to attract? And you can do that when you step into that power that you felt in your belly this morning. And that's so interesting. And that's something Lynn and I do very often, like with the music, with dance, with talking about it, very clear about our boundaries, what we want and what we don't want, because then you filter it, and then also that can come on your path to manifest whatever you want. So yeah, let's experiment with that, because you wrote down something this morning, what came up to you. And I don't know if there are ladies in this Zoom that have the desire to come to Salzburg, but say, oh, I don't know if I can make it. Maybe the money or the traveling or whatever, something's up for you. Maybe you can share, because we are the manifesting queens. And we know that if we use this energy, and if there's something needs to be healed, that you say, okay, everything you tell us right now brings up some stuff and I really want to get rid of it, please share it, because then we are going to make it happen and make you go to the next step. And we really want to invite you to come to Salzburg. And the first step starts here. Lynn and I always visualize the circle and see what's happening there. And we are very excited for that.
Yeah, and also taking the fear out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they want, but they got the fear, because there's my man who doesn't want me to go. I got my children, so I can't. So if you believe this is the true story, and this is going to be your story, and it's going to stay your story, or do you want to open up? Like, okay, I really feel from my belly, I want, but how? I don't got the money, I don't got the time, my boss don't let me go. You got all stuffs already pointed out to say, okay, but this is all based on fear. And if we can get rid of those fears, then you are able and free to go. And then the manifestation is coming. Even if you don't know how, and this is what we always say, if you truly want something, then it's coming. So is there somebody who wants to share something? Because Mirella and I, we always like if somebody's saying something and we can help them making the next step and heal them. Because this is why we are here for. We are here with only ladies, and we make it a healing circle. Jose, you put up.
Sabina also has her hand up raised.
Yes, yeah. Am I?
Yes.
I really want to come to Salzburg. But there's something that I committed to. There is in June, in that week, there is this 4 days walking, and that's normal in the Netherlands that it passes. And I just did a course to it, and I'm now a traffic regelaar. What's the Dutch word for it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're arranging all the traffic there. I know what you're talking to, because it's a very, very big thing in Holland. I think it's in Limburg. It's correct, Jose?
No, this is in Haaksberg, in my place.
Okay. Yeah, for you always, what I'm doing, because I know you are a very dedicated woman. If you need to do something, you need to do, because you told all the people you will be there. But if I see from above, what Salzburg maybe can do for you and how you are coming back, then you can maybe help more people to change their lives. And there will be somebody else who's going to take your place. So if you can just imagine that you are helping somebody else to take your place, who's going to be very happy, and you are coming to Salzburg and you're going to be educated and let all stuff go and becoming a more you, and how you can turn and take this energy to help others, then it's a different energy you're already sending out.
Yeah.
So
and the fun part is when you say I have a commitment, of course that's true. But I always ask people then, what if that you were sick and you cannot come? Then there's also a solution. There are infinite possibilities. And if you really have the desire to come, and that's when you really want something, then the energy starts to flow, then you can make it there and there will be a solution. But it's the choice you make for it. It's always starting with a choice.
Yeah, that's true. But my point is that I don't want to disappoint that people. Of course, there are already too short on people who want to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And in first place, I didn't want to do it. I didn't give myself up on that. I was asked to that, and I thought, no, I don't do that. And I know Salzburg was coming. But then it was short on money, and now I can do it to go to it. But
but this is interesting, because now do you really choose for yourself, and do you really want to lead yourself of the judgment of others? Because that's what's, I think, the main part is what you're holding you back. What they will think about it or say about it. But it would be the most powerful thing to do now, to say, no, I choose for myself. And because it's for them a lot of time to arrange somebody else. For sure.
But also you can manifest somebody else.
Yes, and I can, and I still can talk to the one who asked me.
Yeah. If you, for me, the first point is go to your heart and your belly. What do you want to go? Where do you want to be at this point of time? Do you want to be in Salzburg?
Or do you want to be in Salzburg?
Okay, so then you're going to already manifest that everything is going to fall in place, and that there's going to be something beautiful, so you can be there. You can do this. I know you can do this. Because we teach you and train you how to use this energy. So just make the decision, okay, I'm going to be there. And from this moment on, things are going to fall in place. If you just keep connected, even though somebody says, yeah, but now you say no, and you say, there's something better coming. There's somebody coming on your path who's going to take over with so much pleasure your place.
That's true. That's always the time. Yeah.
Okay. So the only thing you need to feel, do I want to be in Salzburg or do I want to be in Haaksbergen? That's the only choice. And for the rest, give it up to God or the universe, how you want to call it. And there's going to be something beautiful coming. And you're going to tell us at this point, when we are there, what it was. So you're going to be the example for other people how they can work with the energy, because it's all about energy. We trust and we know that it's energy and frequency. So just focus on what you want, and then it's going to fall in places. It's only you need to make the decision. You know, people always standing on two things. Yeah, but I want this, but there's nothing going to work for you. But make a choice. Dare to make a choice for yourself. What's feeling okay for you?
Yeah,
and
I really
okay. So we got somebody else, Sabine.
Yeah.
Sabine, you had your hand on.
Yes. I don't know what's holding me back. I want to come, but I'm not booking.
Okay. Funny. Okay.
It's also, yeah, I don't know anybody of you. Maybe that's it, you know, I will be on my own. And that's a big step for me.
And do you have the desire to come?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a desire. And
yes.
the fun part is when you feel that it's the same question for José, the hand on the belly says, okay, I want to come. And now you're making up like, okay, I don't know anybody. We don't know you as well. What would it be for you to come visit us?
It feels both exciting and scary.
Scary to make you travel alone?
Yeah, and the big group.
Okay. But do you feel safe here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I think for me, if you want to, if you really again go to your heart and to your belly, if you really want it, and find it a yes, then just do it. I remember the first time when I drove to Roy. He was giving a lecture, a training for 2 years in Oi. And I was like, okay, I want, but I'm too scared. And at this time I had problems on my back, so I couldn't drive the whole thing. So I said, okay, I can take the plane. There were so much things on my path. So I said, I want but. And I took off the but. And I just said, okay, I'm going. And everything is going to turn out to good. And I had the most beautiful time. I learned so much about myself. And from this moment, my journey started in a different direction.
Mm-hmm.
So for just you, if I feel you, just do it. Just make the decision. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for us, but do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go out of the comfort zone, because out in the comfort zone, there is where the true magic is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm a Cancer, so I like to stay at home.
It's about feeling safe.
Yeah, but you are safe with us.
And the fun part is that is what you're going to learn there. To feel safe in your body, feel safe, because I want you to for the next couple of days, just tune in to how you feel when the weekend is over. What you did experience, the vibe, the hugs, and we have so much fun there, because we're going to do a cacao ceremony, we're going to dance, we're going to practice breathing, yoga, we connect and share. You have so much quality time with us to really make the next big step in your life, so to take real leadership for yourself. So yeah, it's a real present for yourself to say yes. And for sure, if you feel the desire, just come. And I see Ingrid also wants to come, and I also have many reasons why you think you cannot come, you know. And the fun part is when you are there, then you know why you want to be there. Then you get all the nuggets out and say, yes, this is what I really desired and where I was longing for. And it would, for me, this retreat is something different, because it's not a workshop. It's an experience, because we are going to take you into the flow, and it's really personal to connect with each other and gather together, because that's what we need as sisters, to feel safe again in a group of ladies. And how we do that, and that's you can experience how life can be when you feel safe like that, and it's your choice as well. And also, Anna Marie is coming. I love that, because then you really connect and experience what it is and what's holding you back, and that you then know you don't have to doubt it anymore. And also for ladies who have with money issues, I had one retreat and I really, really, really wanted to go, and I took saving money from my kids' account because I knew I had to be there. I flew in the middle of the night. My husband didn't know. It was my turning point. I thought, F it, I need to be there. And if I didn't do that, for sure, my life would be very different. But at that moment, I only knew I had to come. And some people sell stuff, you know, because it gives you so much back in your life, so much power, so much energy to say yes to yourself. So that is really powerful to make that decision, only the decision. Lynn, and I always tell people, just make a decision and see what's happening. And the fun part is for people who have like a coaching business or something they can sell, they will see that customers show up. So the money will come instantly that you think, wow, I didn't even post an advertisement, but just to say yes, somebody calls you like, okay, I want an appointment with you. Or somebody say, oh, I like your cupboard or your chair, I want to buy it. Something stupid like that, that you cannot imagine can happen when you make a decision, but you have to make a decision. If it's I don't know, then it will stay I don't know, and you are sorry when it's over. Then you think, oh, I should have done that, because then you see what everybody else is sharing. So that's so interesting. But if you say really, really yes, everything is possible. You say you want to add something.
Yes, I want to tell to Sabine that what depends the big group you're afraid of. I'm doing more Zooms watching than this, and I went to meetings from that groups that people I really just knew from online, and just like we do now. And when you are offline, you see each other real time. It's very different. It's real people. It's a warm embracement. It's very nice to see each other. That's what I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Then we laugh and dance and hug and eat together, walk together. Yeah, it's always a very interesting and most beautiful experience. Yeah. And Ingrid, I really would love to that you come, because it's a long time ago, and I know you are always getting so much energy when you come, and yeah, it's amazing to have you there. And it is about this decision making. Daniela says it's wonderful to have the stimulants, and it's not like a sales pitch or whatever, but we know, because we are, like Joy always says, it's a year of commitment. We are here every Monday morning and connecting with you because we really want to experience this in real life and real time, because it's so powerful to see each other there. We go into the depth. We have 3 days of 2.5 days together there, and you cannot even imagine how powerful that is, with all the things we are going to do and to experience with each other. And for me, that when I went to such gatherings, it always makes such a difference in my life, a new step. And just like Sabine says, I feel the excitement and also the fear, but when you step over that and you make the decision, it's amazing what can happen then. And just tune into that longing that I want to be there. Once I had this amazing thing that I really wanted to go to a premiere from somebody. It was on that day. I had 3 kids, and I really managed to do that, because everybody said, but it's not possible. Where you're gonna, your kids and blah, blah, blah. But if you really want to, then you call up people like, can you take care of my kids? I really want to go there. I really want to see this person, and everything is possible. So tune into that energy and that power if you really want to join us there in Salzburg. Ingrid.
Just a question about the retreat.
Yeah.
Is the cost? I'm a bit sick. I must. My voice is really bad. Is the retreat the money just for the retreat, or and you have to look after yourself like in a hotel and the trip? Yeah.
Let me see. What's in it now? It's 2.5 days food, and I think the stay you have to pay yourself, and the travel. So
Yeah.
the hotel and the travel to Salzburg you have to pay for yourself, but the food there on the daily basis is included. But it's also in the link I sent.
Okay.
If you need some more information, let me know. Then I will guide you through it. No problem.
Yeah, thanks.
And the hotel was not so expensive. I know. And maybe you can find somebody to travel with. Just throw it up in the air, and it will follow right back to you on the okay place. And this is really, we really always think we need to manage ourselves to get the finances. We need to manage ourselves to get people to look after things, or your dog or your kids. But if you really connect with God's source or the universe, it's going to be provided. So this is really the way we work, and you can't even imagine what you can create. We still believe we need to do it. No, we are connected, and use it for the good, because I know what we're going to do and what we're going to share, and our knowledge, what we're going to give and to bring, it's going to reach you, and it's going to do something. So it's going to work out for good. You will see. You will see.
Yeah.
Will it mean you go? I know you go. So
yeah. Danielle is also excited.
Yeah. It's step by step. Just the only thing you need to do is make a decision. That's the only thing. And the rest, give it up to God. And He will take care of you, or the universe will take care of you. It's how
it's the infinite possibilities. If you really truly own that part, like, okay, even if we don't know how, but we know that it's already done, and that's amazing. So yeah, let's tune in that. I'm craving, yeah. And that's the fun part, Wilhelmine, because when you really feel that and you really want to be there, everything is possible. Yeah. Amazing. And when there is a desire, please send us a message, email, like I make a decision, and even if you don't know how, but let's connect with that and connect with that desire, because also let's step into the next step the next time, just to connect with that, how you do it, like setting the intentions, writing it down, all that. Next steps will come and we'll take you there. If you say, yes, I want to be there, even if and when you say yes, and everything is possible. So let's make it work together, and let's connect. And for now, it's already 3:10. So I really want to bless you all. Have an amazing week, and write us an email if you need something from us, some energy, some next steps. Let's connect with that and make it happen, and make this the most amazing, beautiful week with the most beautiful manifestations. Let yourself inspire. Let yourself see all those miracles, because that's what Linda and I always do the whole week through. We have so many proofs of miracles that we are only going to shine and pass that on to you and take you in our journey. Even more miracles can happen. So bless you all. Have an amazing week, and see you next Monday.
Be the lady goddess you want to be.
Yeah.
Just imagine who you want to be and be this one. It's not for the future.
No.
Bless you all.
Bless you all.
Weekend, and see you next Monday.
Bye-bye, darlings. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.